Sanje Chodan Zoje Chono La Shanje Pada Dana Chasum Age Chishe Jebe Tonum Je Dola Pencha Sanje Reba Sho Sanje Chodan Zoje Chono La Shanje Pada Dana Chasum Age Chishe Jebe Tonum Je Dola Pencha Sanje Reba Sho Sanje Chodan Zoje Chono Shanje Pada Dana Chasum Daka Shinto Jebe Tonum Rola Pencha Sanje Reba Sho. Do you guys have some tea, water? Good. We just come here to party, okay, party. Good to bring your dinner here. What's Tamchi tea? Tamchi, you don't have tea?
Tamcho, can you test your mic? You're unmuted, but we can't hear you.
You go there. No, we don't hear you. No. We don't hear you.
Just unmuted everybody. Thought. Is anybody else having issues?
Good
Michael.
evening, Joshua.
Okay, so you're
Good
there.
evening, Joshua. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, I was late. Cooked dinner.
Good. Where's your dinner?
It's okay, I swallowed it.
Be careful, don't do that. I can see that's a metal there.
Tamcho still couldn't hear, huh?
Yeah,
No.
I think Tamchi has something wrong. Ajameto, can you talk?
Yes.
Yeah, she's her.
Tashi delay everybody.
I think Tamchi, you do something. Tamchi Paji 10 chulu there. Maybe you go to cook and come back. It's okay. It's technical problem. Anyway, today I got a little bit sore throat.
Wow.
But this morning I researched Tara 2 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
It was loud, the organizers asking me to research they're online.
Nice.
Tamju, go there. Yeah, he's here. I think we don't hear him.
I don't see Tamcho.
I can see Tamju.
He's here. I can see him.
We don't hear
Him.
Okay.
Now he's back. Oh, there you are.
Now we're here. I'll go there.
I'll go there. What do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's asking me for password.
Oh,
Computer password.
yeah.
Geshe, are you still doing the Zoom for Tibetans at night?
Yeah,
I haven't been able to find the connection.
because we changed the password.
Okay.
Because they have some problems. Then we changed.
So can I get it from Kimber? Or
Yeah, you can get Kimber, yeah. But you have to put the Tibetan name. No, I'm joking. You can come, yeah.
okay.
Tamjile mazo, tamjile kato tayo.
아침입니다.
Really? Chile?
지
Alele.
이나가 비디오 옵션 되잖아.
Alele. Aja me to lembe.
Me.
아침에
me.
Pesh, konda chudu jet cheva.
Get chegala. Hola.
Anyway, it's wonderful, Now we try to do all different way to some virtues. You can do, online, Facebook, FaceTime, Zoom. Zoom's very kind for us, We can do a lot of things in here. And also we can study. We can see everyone. I think that's good. You don't have to rest. All you have to dress. How is it? Karo.
Dress up.
Dress up.
Yes, you don't have to dress up. Just jump to your bed or your dress. That's it. It's very convenient. Anyway, what we going to talk? Anyway, this is usually a bit difficult term, but don't think about the worst term, okay? If you think about worst term, it's too complicated. Just to keep the normal way. Also, this time, good to also not someone's fault, someone's bad. This is not time to complain each other. This is the collection karma. Buddhism is a collection karma. Now, how you do purify? We do collection pray. We all do pray together. Then there will be, go away. Therefore, not just us, for I think everyone, like all different countries, the Buddhism, non-Buddhism, everyone just pray, who believe the religion. Then like that. Therefore, as we are a religious person, we just try to pray. Did I tell you guys one story? The religious person and non-religious person, and did I tell they're going to some person going to kill? Yeah. So there's a big difference. I think the religious people, when really they're serious, they really become good practitioner person. Therefore, there's something to hope. And you don't believe religion, it's okay also. Yeah, like that. And sometimes also if we believe, it's not means it's right. Or sometimes if we don't believe, it's not means, this is not correct. Therefore, just try to be relaxed, not to complain. Then I really say, just plain to this is a good opportunity to stay at my place, my retreat, just to retreat. You can do, recite the mantras, you can do some meditation, you can some pray. Also, right now, usually when we do together, if we have some, you follow me. But also you go to YouTube, there are a lot of Thara prayers. You can also follow that together. Therefore, like that. I think I can hear Debra's no mood, Ajameto's no mood.
Okay, we're going to make sure everybody's muted.
Gior's no mood. I'm the police. Okay. That's good. Then we can do a little meditation, There's nothing serious. Like that. Okay? Then we do a little bit of study. Then also we can research a little bit Thara mantra. We can do a little meditation also. It's not too serious to study this book. This is very complicated, sometimes. No, not sometimes. I think this is always very complicated. Therefore, complicated books makes also a little bit stress for us. 아니, 다 가상한도 다 년투대 바지 천사비게 자임바스.
And so now we have already gone through the section on the healer's path, right?
아니 다 대줄라 아니 라자다 라자도 년투 바지 링다야레스. 쳐와서 요 말스.
And now the next is the healers, the solitary religious path. The solitary religious path is very similar to healers, so you just follow same as the healer's path.
가르쳐다 가서 빠자데 지워자레스. 빠자데 아니 가사 아니 그런 예적 끝다래. 다 단세 가서 아니 그러고
니나.
니나로.
네.
니나래.
말해.
알레 죽셔로 된지도 봐. 다 shuru tenda tibin zimba, shuru tenda tibin zimba, kadada lenshi tendri, temi ta chibaya marka ka chibares, rata chiba chicha.
So the only thing, only the difference, is the abandonment, right? So what the object of abandonment, what is to be abandoned in the hero's path and what is to be abandoned in the soldier realizer's path. That's the only difference, So in the hero's path, there was the grasping at the self of person, right? The self, self-existence, self-ism, and here it will be grasping at the external existence. So like the form and so forth, the external existing.
And
so externally existing, like everything is, related to the mind. So there's nothing existing externally. That's what he's saying. Like internally, everything is internally related. So nothing existing externally. So this is very much related, with the mind-only school.
Okay. And
and so so the external existing means like like the mind, grasping the mind, and the form that is grasped by the mind, are of the same substance. So they are empty, of being a different substance.
제가 안에 가제 zude 때문에 다니는 때 말이에요. 제 남매가 때가로 아니 바샤 세다 주고는 적용을 해서 두시라고 그랬어.
So the the form, is existing by the nature, of the mind grasping at the form, or mind, clinging at the form, right? So the mind that grasps at the form is the creator of the form. So the form is created by the mind grasping at the form.
가상하고 같이 될랍잖아. 얘들이 몰라랍잖아.
So did you go through the path of normal learning of the hearers?
No, we didn't.
Oh, sorry that. Oh, sorry that.
But there's nothing really in the book about it. There's only one sentence.
Yeah. So the path of normal learning, is the state of arhat, the four destroyer.
간제 안에 덴저 가로다 가로
나오진.
그래라죠. 다 년대지 도안 다시 배 간제 안에 단저 말레바 안에 단데라 차라 몸부셔 그래. 간제 단저 말레바 가디 바완다 다좀 갖고 덤로 그래서.
So the ignorance of grasping at the self-existent, the ignorance of grasping at the self-existent, is the abandonment, the object of abandonment, right? So whenever that is abandoned, fully, then the person becomes the four destroyer, or arhat.
And that three Dachum Hacheda Hames and Mamborta, those Shumgo go
And then there is a different level of the arhats, the arhatship with the residue, and then the arhatship without the residue, and so forth. So we don't have to go through that all now. So those are all a little bit of confusion. So a lot of creates a lot of confusion. So don't have to go through that now.
The Kanda de Nintu Dachum combat tops with Samala, and it that teletoyama tate and the Tobian Tatu Yen Same, and it Tindrigan go patala, Yamashan the dead of yours.
And so the hero's practitioner, a practitioner on the hero's path, when he or she achieves the path of normal learning, then that through him or her, that is the final attainment. So he thinks that's all you can attain. After that, there is nothing more to attain than that. And then he or she goes into the into the meditative equipoise, on cessation. And then it can be in the meditative equipoise for like eons and eons.
아니 대다 상점 선바도야. 아니 지금 저완다 버렸더니 아니 다 지나 안고발에 녀바샤요 말이 다야 라고 그래서. 아니 다야 가도 나도 니코는 야 라는지 야 라기 그래서. 근데 대화치 벌려 치도 그래서.
And so they will be kind of like they're kind of like a sleeping, right? Sleeping in the meditative equipoise of cessation and on cessation. And then like the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will come and wake them up, like wake them up from their meditative equipoise, like saying that, oh, you have not achieved the final state of achievement, and you still have more paths, to practice and learn and gain the realization of. And so therefore you have to go on, you have to get up and then go on to this path. So they will be kind of waking up from a sleep.
아들 high school 차지 아니 college 모두 뒤바로 대대서로 자거다.
So it's like you finish the high school and you think, okay, that's it, I'm done, and not going to the college. And then later somebody says, oh, you have to go to college too, and then you get up and then you go to college like that.
다 된리게 다 니도 다좀 말도 다 된리게 다좀 봐대. 니도 다좀 봐오 예리 니도 토노 요래 고놈 요래스. 니도 토노비래 다 대갈변에 가시 니도 안에 토놈을 슉 말은 토놈을 슉 되네 라자 토놈 슉 되네 용고 요래스. 니도 람차다 말도지 야봐 라자 슉 되네 용고 요래스.
And so then there is the transition, from the hero's path, to the solitary villager's path or to the Mahayana path. So that can take place, and when that takes place, it can take place from the hero's path of seeing or path of meditation and path of normal learning also.
뭐 제자 가서 어떤데요? 아니 나 가시 아니 니도 다주면도 되네 라자라 봐야 봐주 되네 야 라자 차상쇼로 되네 용거 요래서.
And so some they're like after having achieved the hero's four destroyer path or the path of normal learning, then you enter into the solitary villager's path and then go through the whole solitary villager's path.
그땐 로다치지 아니 되네 라자 다주면도 아니 되네 야 대화 좀 뭐야 지금 되네 용거 요래서.
And then they go through the whole solitary villager's path and achieve the solitary villager's path of normal learning. Then after that, then they enter into the Mahayana path. So there's one kind, who goes through that all also.
아니 가시 니데 다주면 저거 되네 아니 장점 선배 주되네 아니 갑도 되네야 아니야 단다 대화 좀 말라 주는 거들이 요래서.
And then there can be also another type, which goes from the hero's path, to the Mahayana path. So once they have achieved the state of arhatship, of the heroes, then they go into the meditative equipoise on cessation. And then when they are waken up by the bodhisattvas and given a teaching, on bodhicitta, then they develop bodhicitta and then enter into the Mahayana path.
Oh, that tendegi any ko rota mombo tadin rota nida ores wa. Document rev tomne yandongeda ya document chikto yam ge hole yandu ya chadan rogi ni yongu wa.
And so there can be like two kind, like the one who go all the way up, to the heroes, the path of normal learning, and then from there, enter into the higher path, like the solitary villager path or the bodhisattva path, and or someone, even before achieving the path of normal learning, like even from the path of seeing or path of meditation, you can go up, transfer up, to the heroes and solitary villager's path or Mahayana path.
다때 냠내게 전에 아니 다 년투다 라자가 라면 로다라 냠내게 전에 로다들에서.
So that's the,
가로 냠내 전에 다 대전에 때문에 로다들에 잘 걸어와.
And so through their practice, they can enter into the Mahayana in a hero's path or solitary villager's path or Mahayana path.
다 전부 다 점대하고 년투에나 년투 다치면 되부터나 되긴 다 telli야 로 말이지.
So that's in terms of the practice, right? So you can go to the hero's path, complete the hero's path, and then from there again, go to the solitary villager's path or the Mahayana path. But in terms of the tenet, then they don't go. That's the final.
제가 안에 도디와 샤라메와 샘소마를 다둑다와 선들을 받기는 거로 봤어.
So that's why they say that it's like the final achievement, also the final vehicle, they assert the final vehicle to be three, the vehicles like the hero's vehicle, solitary realizer's vehicle, and Mahayana vehicle. So there are three vehicles. You know, the final vehicle they exert. And so I think it's the Vaibhashika, Sautantika, and also Chitta Madhuri.
제가 단대대항도 배나 Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam 말에.
Because Semsamba killing girl.
샘점만 가래 답도 뭐 찍지 마세요. 샘점에서 말해.
Semsamba killing mara.
다시 말해.
So I think it's only the Vaibhashika and the Sautantika.
네. 대지 다 안에 단대에 배나 단당도 배나 Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Burma 다 던져 다도 잡았으면 좀 막히네 차대요.
So those like the Laos, the Burmese, the Thailand, you know, so those who follow the Theravadan, the tradition, so they accept or exert three final vehicles.
제가 간다를 콘조가 배나 니도 다주면 고마도는 되게 텔레란도고 말했어. 텔라그레스.
And so
the
final vehicle means like, so the hero's vehicle is the final vehicle, so that you don't have to go, there's nothing above that, that's the final. So when you achieve that, then that's it. You don't have to go to anywhere else. And
like
that, if you achieve the four destroyer of the solitary realizer, then that's it. That you are done. You're all set for that. And then also same with the Mahayana, the Arhat. If you achieve the the Arhat of the Mahayana, then that's it. You're all set for that.
다 태워 침묵을 눌러 안에 된다고 말했어. 니들 다주면 되고 토야 요래 라자 다주면 되고 토도 다된 다두도 말했다. 나 토고야 돼. 산적고만 토고라 그랬어.
And so the Mahayana tenet, that's not the case. There's no three final vehicle. There's only one final vehicle, and that's the Mahayana Mahayana vehicle is the final vehicle. You can achieve the arhatship of heroes and the arhatship of solitary realizers, but that's not the final. From there, after you achieve the solitary realizers arhatship, you can still go on a Mahayana path and then achieve the Mahayana arhatship, and therefore that's not the final vehicle. So that's the kind of way. So did that create some confusion in your mind? So any question about that?
Yes.
So in this system, from this perspective of this book, you're saying that the hearer lineage is not definite. They can change on the path of seeing or the path of meditation, or they can change before the path of no more learning to a different.
그래서
난 넬렉 세저라.
알려.
난 넬렉 찍어 말해봤어. 난 넬렉 찍어라.
넬레도래.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you said that definite. What do you say that?
That the lineage is definite, I guess. Yeah, that it's.
There's a term they call a definitive goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
No, I meant that that the hearer would definitely complete through the path of no more learning. They wouldn't switch paths.
Yeah. So anyway, so that that when we talk about the definite goodness, that's talking about the liberation and enlightenment. So the liberation can be the liberation through the hero's path or the liberation through the solitary realizer's path. Mm-hmm. The enlightenment, full enlightenment, is only through the Mahayana path. So those both are regarded as definitive goodness. But when you're talking about definite, then yes, so that's not necessary. It's not necessary, to just stop at the hero's path. You can still continue from there, to the Mahayana path.
I meant though that let's say you entered the hero's path and you completed the hero's path of accumulation and preparation, and on the path of seeing, you decided to enter, say, the solitary realizer's path or
Mm-hmm.
or the Mahayana path.
Yeah.
It's not, your lineage is not determined through the.
그러니까 가서 다들 년도기 람네다 년도 처럼네 인지미도 처럼 저람 가서 통람도 고람 이런 거 말아 처럼도 저람네 보여요라야.
어때요 봐요 봐시기요다.
Yeah. So it's not definite on any level of the hero's path. So even from the path of accumulation, while you're in the path of accumulation, you can still think, oh, this is not good enough. I want to go to the Mahayana path. You can go to do that. Still can do that. Or even from the path of preparation. It doesn't have to be part of seeing or meditation or part of normal learning.
그거나 탐다 대대 티가 가지게 다 티가 변나 다 탐다 되고 그 티가 기비신이들은 전화 고야 친도 그러고서.
And so it depends on the teacher, kind of teacher you meet. So if you meet, while you're practicing hero's path, and if you meet with a Soltidula's teacher, and then that teacher give you teaching on Soltidula's path, and it says, oh, that is good, so I want to follow that. Then you can change that. Or if you teach with if you meet with the Mahayana teacher, and then the Mahayana teacher will give teaching on the Mahayana path, and then you see, oh, that's better, so I want to do that. Then you can follow that. So that way, whatever lineage teacher you meet with, that will lead you, to that path.
게다가 시라마보다 너 때문에 들지 파지 튀어서 말. 코나 강이 받아 다도 파지 놓고 있어. 나 나도 냠내 지거라. 나도 냠내 바지 아주도 코치야 마시다.
So this is again in terms of the practice, right? So in terms of the practice, you can go from here to there, so it's flexible. But in terms of the tenet, so the Bhavashika will be just Bhavashika, and Sautantika will be just Sautantika. So in terms of the tenet, once you enter into the hero's path, then it will be just hero's path.
이때배나 단다배나 가라도 다 단대 열심히 배나 달랭게 잡아도 들라. 고도라 잡아야 나도 샹주 셈 공고라나 고도 고고 말라 그래서. 대화 처음으로 대호 고야요 말다. 다치만 되게 고도라 그래서.
Like now the Burmese or the Thailand monk, if you tell them, Theravadan monk, if you tell them, oh, you should meditate on bodhisattva, no, you don't need to meditate on bodhisattva.
고야요 말다 고도라 그래서. 다치만 다 그래서.
So they said, you can just practice what is taught in the Theravadan path. You don't have to practice the Mahayana path.
제가 마하나 요 말다 코노 대요 요르서 않고 요박해는 거예요.
And so they do accept that there is a Mahayana path. It's just saying that it's not necessary to practice Mahayana path.
제가 그때 고도 시당군이나 하고 메시나 땅안 너와는 잡아도가도 뒤바 계시다 군들나 라근도스. 내가 사제 안에 고마 조치에 질라야 안에 잡아 계전이 정화했어. 안에 개바도 저거 안에 산지 좀 되게 강성과 다른데 지주셔 버렸어. 다 시험봐도 다대 안에 룩소도 야고면 됐어. 안에 룩소 시험봐 공도 안에 대화치마다 달아래서. 나 산지 그때 나요 그래서 저랑도 내 만도는 시험받을 제주고 나요 그래서 공도 대화를 그랬어.
And so this is what the Theravadan monks were telling me when I was talking with them. But I don't know if it is how it is explained in the Theravadan text. But the monks were saying like that. So they said, and during the time of the Buddha, when he was about to pass away, there became two kind of disciples, the older the disciples and the younger disciples. The older disciples are the one who follow the Buddha exactly like Buddha, and the younger ones made the changes to what Buddha taught, and then they also follow that. And then Buddha said, yes, you can make change, whatever fits you, you can do that way. And so Buddha did give the permission to make the changes. And so therefore it is okay. And they're saying that the later ones, the younger ones or the later ones who came later, who made the changes, and then they, made, the Mahayana path. So the Mahayana path was created by the younger, disciples of Buddha later. That's what they said.
Okay.
And so therefore they do accept that there is a Mahayana path, but there is not the origin from the Buddha. And so for them, when you achieve the hero's arhatship or the four destroyers, then you are enlightened. You are fully enlightened. That's the final final achievement. And so from the tenets perspective, the hero's four destroyer cannot be led to the Mahayana path. And so, but in terms of the practice, from the practice perspective, it can be. So you first enter into the hero's path from the path of accumulation all the way to the path of normal learning, and then after that, then you meet with the Bodhisattva teacher, and then enter into the Mahayana path. So that's possible from the practice perspective.
아니, 되네 어디 되로 당들어. 아니 다 다쳐마 채워가는 니도 다쳐마데 니도 다쳐마 톱로 채워 니도 골라바 다쳐마 톱로 채워 가면은 단다 고 태워치 뭐 아니 개개나 땡가 고 년기 주 년기 그래서 다 라자 다쳐마데 아나 라니 세바티기 아니 고 다쳐마 토바라가 아니 고 코나 주보 신하도 와서네 곰점들 다 개개나 땡가 말들랑 도와서.
So the heroes four destroyers. So like when they're about to become four destroyer, they can still depend on the teacher, rely on the teacher or depend on the teacher. But the solitary realizers, they don't depend on the teacher. So that's why it's called solitary. Self liberation. So the self liberation. So they liberate by themselves, without depending on the teacher.
Okay. That's
only at the final stage.
어떻게 다 되는 다 냠렘 바데스 다 냠렘 바데 니도 다치면 고모토데 제라 아니 코텔은 냠바전에 다 냠바전에 고 까베 바데 그래서 고데 토게다 까와 뭐고 칼라 사고 막 하게 고데 데 토고 그래서
the practitioner once he achieve the state of arhat of the healers, then he can stay in the absorption on cessation for eons. Don't have to do anything, don't have to sleep, don't have to wake up, don't have to eat, nothing, so you can just stay in absorption on cessation for eons and eons.
옛날 그 대화 쇼거든. 그 사면 타이밍에 말다. 딱 시대 되니까 아니 주 시대 되니까 이런 냠바샤 되게 그래서.
So it's not means like it's a dead, of course you can still think and do all the things, but it's just absorbed in the self happiness and happiness for oneself alone, happiness for oneself alone. So it's like absorbed into that happiness.
아니 다 되네. 아니 다 상접 선바도 저거야. 다 고 고동 거야. 다 저런 녀마데스 야라한다. 산제 고모토요 말해서 아니 콜지네 다 대화치 무주된 거 그래서.
And then eventually, there will be the Bodhisattva and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will come and knock on their head. Says, you're not done yet. You still have practices to do, and so you have to. Then they will be waking up from that absorption.
아니 다 곧답 되거든. 네 콜에 아니 맨날 맛이 텐데 저서 요거 샴바스. 아니 그 되네 이제 좀 상접 선 가디기나 곧 대화치 무 토람 쇼로 그래서.
And then he will be taught the Mahayana path, Mahayana teaching. So starting with the seven full course and instruction, like recognize all seniors one's mother, remembering their kindness, wishing to repay their kindness, and then loving kindness, compassion, and superior intention. So whenever they have generated, and then through that, when they generate bodhicitta, and they enter into the Mahayana path.
야 카시야 되냐 상접 선이야 째냐 샘주샤네 마사로 그래 요르세요.
And then there can be also some the heroes arhat who first the generate through that they generate bodhicitta, and then later then they just kind of lose hope, they lose hope and discouraged and give up the bodhicitta again, so they can do that also. It can happen.
That you still
It's possible. It's possible, not necessarily that everybody will do that way, but it's possible.
Okay. 다 된리게 다 상접 선바데 된리게 상접 선바데 파바차데 그래서 파바.
And so that kind of bodhisattva, the bodhisattva, who already went through the hero's arhatship and then entered into the Mahayana path, that kind of bodhisattva is an Arya being also. It's a superior being also.
아 원아 안데 니도 파바 레베 라자 파바 레베 대전 파바 레베잖아.
So what kind of Arya being is that? Is that a hero's Arya being, soldier Arya being, or Mahayana Arya being?
What you guys think? Yeah.
I would say hearers Arya being if they're on the Mahayana path of accumulation, then it would be a hearer's Arya being.
가서.
그래서 대중의 처럼로 여기 있나? 내가 군조 가서 년도에 또 변에 년도 나중 모두 소에 장생 가서 장주 선바 솔람바이로 되게 되는 년도에 가서 년도 나중 가서 년도 봐버렸어.
아니, 니도 봐봐, 거야 로사도 장수서 맞춰서.
He cannot be an Arya, a hero's Arya because you know he has already gone through that three parts, right? So there's only three parts of the Arya, right? Hero's Arya, hero's part of seeing, hero's part of meditation, hero's part of normal learning. So that's the hero's Arya. So that now that Bodhisattva have already gone through that. He's no longer in there. He's already on the minor path, right?
제가 닌딩 봐봐야나 안에 그 닌들 남주고 그러봤어.
If it is a hero's Arya, then has to be a Arya, you know, who is on hero's path.
그래.
Okay.
Is it necessary or no?
No.
대고였어.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Okay.
If it is a hero's Arya, has to be on hero's path.
제가 다 닌도 봐봐래서. 나는 다 가리 봐버렸어.
So it's not a hero's Arya, right? It's not a hero's Arya, a hero's superior being. So what kind of superior beings are there? What kind of superior beings is he?
What kind is that?
Yeah.
Is that Noah who
What belong? What's purpose belong?
belong? Yeah.
So he's a superior being of which vehicle?
Have to be Mahayana vehicle.
He's not superior.
But he's in the hero Mahayana part of accumulation, right?
Right.
So the Mahayana superior being will be Mahayana part of seeing, part of meditation, or part of normal learning.
What do you think? I think it 니거든. 그 봐봐예스. 얘나야 다다 가로 태워서 뭐 가는 봐봐 많이 남고 그래서.
So I'm just teasing you, but you know, yes, he is, you know, that kind of person. He is Arya being, but he's not Arya being of any vehicle.
가래서나 년도 봐봐야나. 년도 남주 가다고 그래서. 그 년도 남나 여고 그래서.
So if he is a hero's Arya being, then he has to be in hero's path.
아니 태화 전부가 안에 봐봐야나. 태화 지면 돈어 인심이 덮고 그래서.
And if it is a superior being of the Mahayana path, then he has to achieve at least the Mahayana path of seeing.
제가 단다된 년도 대전 돈어 톱이 말아왔어.
That was a one-on-one.
So because he is in hero's path, the Mahayana path of accumulation, he has not achieved hero's path of seeing yet.
Who's talking? Okay. 자들 저는 곳에서 와야 돼.
It makes sense? Understand?
다 되는 슈마는 것도 돼. 고비. 시다 되는 로타야. 다 되는 로타여랬어. 가대 되는 로타지다.
So, you know, so that's the way, you know. So it is a Arya being, but Arya being of none of the vehicles.
제가 산에변에 다내 산에다가도 라자 믹스코 라이트 캠도 왔을까. 이제 그 리다이고 빠져도 그 저자면 그 집어치마도 믹스 쇼가면도 아니 나도 태워치마도 그래서.
And so later, you know, so when we go into the soldier realization path, there's no much really difference, you know, from the hero's path. You know, it's very similar as the hero's path. The only thing is the abandonment, you know, and the object of abandonment. And then after that, we go into the Mahayana path.
제가 단단 년된 토로 년된 다 좀봐 장점 삼바 차는 거다 또방에 송그 장점 삼바라 그래서.
And so this kind of the hero, you know, the heroes arhat, you know, who who enter into the Mahayana path, you know, that kind of bodhisattva, we call it a bodhisattva who has preceded, you know, the hero's path. Bodhisattva who has preceded hero's path.
근데 다니되라 그래서 또방에 송기 아니 장점 삼바스.
So he who has, you know, preceded in a hero's realization.
아니 다 담보 년에 담보 년티 람라 마주 라자 람라 마주 담보데 태워치마도 될라야 아니 담보지 랭게 발라 그래. 다니죠 그래서. 다니도 고에는 맞는 것이.
And so then there is from the beginning, from the beginning, you enter into the Mahayana path. You didn't go through the hero's path, or you didn't go through the soldier realizer's path. You just went straight, into the Mahayana path. And so that is a term for that. It's called a definite lineage. So definite lineage, of the Mahayana path. And so that kind of bodhisattva will be considered as the sharp faculty bodhisattva. And so that kind of bodhisattvas have already realized emptiness. So the difference, 인지민이 그 말하다 링에 나고 돈이 맞던 거라.
시단 시간에도 들러 왔다. 링에 돈이 맞던 거 연매나.
돈이 맞던 거 여기래.
시단까지 딱 가지.
돈이 다 담보라네 다 티제 남라 슈가라 못해도 돈이 또 잡아야 말아.
제가 가지 오늘도 어느 장초에서 맞힌 거 돈이 더 올라가러.
그래.
제가
오늘 나더라다.
오늘 이몇 개 잘했다. 오늘 오늘 시단 스타일에 저는 오늘에서 다 오늘 만나고 들어 연습으로 왔어.
Really. Yeah, so it can be a bodhisattva, who enter into the Mahayana path from the beginning, straight from the beginning, without going through the heroes or soldier realizer's path. And that can be also a sharp faculty or dull faculty, but just how you differentiate the sharp faculty and dull faculty is the bodhisattva who have realized emptiness before entering into the Mahayana path, or before before generating bodhicitta is sharp faculty. And the bodhisattva, who realizes emptiness and after having generated bodhicitta is the dull faculty.
Okay. Then the tongue of the Shanti Sambhajuna that Nientido. Yeah, okay, Bob.
Is that a direct realization of emptiness or an inferential realization?
Yeah, inferential. The karza. Most of it just karza jebato.
Jebato.
Yeah, inferential.
Yeah, most audio, most of Dutch motor board.
So yeah, in the manner of meaning generality. So if you realize emptiness directly, then of course you have to be arhat. I mean arya, arya. You have to be a superior being. So you know the difference, right? Realizing directly and realizing in the manner of meaning generality. So right now you see Geshe directly or in the manner of meaning generality. So what is it? You're seeing Geshe directly or in the manner of meaning generality?
In the manner of meaning generality.
Or directly?
Meaning generality.
I say directly.
Anyway, so we're saying that you're seeing it directly because you open your eye and you see it there, right? You don't have to. But if you close your eyes and then you think, you see Geshe still, you can imagine Geshe in your mind, right? Or Geshe looks like this, like that. Then that is a manner of meaning generality. So it's like a picture, having the picture of somebody in your mind when your eyes are closed, or like when the person is not in front of you.
Okay. So then
like I mentioned earlier, the arhats, there is the arhatship, 4 discharge with the residue and without the residue. And so that's the way of explanation given by the Vaivashikas and Sautantikas. So once you have, one in that lifetime, when you still have this the contaminated aggregate, and you become an arhat, right? So you have the residue of this contaminated aggregate, So that's called the arhat, with the residue. And then when you pass away, then your body, would be left behind, cremated, or buried, and then you don't have that body anymore, So then after that, you are a full destroyer and without the residue, without the residue of the contaminated aggregate.
I made a candy. Okay, that
So that's the heroes now, the hinayana, part. So when you relate that, with the tenets and so forth, it becomes more confusion. So we'll not go through that now.
Okay. Oh, this is that. Did you know any other that Tawachimbo? Any Yashik? That any there's Mayo, any such a Lamat and Mamdo, Madogidas.
And then after that, is the Mahayana, the Mahayana ground. And then there it talks about, all a little bit more detail, the 5 paths, the 10 grounds, and so forth.
That any other Shanship said that in the Mahashagre, that thing out of Gomgo.
And then it talks about all this bodhicitta, bodhisattva path, and we have to meditate on them.
Okay. Any
And so that is now all about the heroes in a path, heroes in a tennis path.
The all my art into Paya, so I can't get a panga languages.
And then also maybe later, when we're talking about the Mahayana path, it makes mention about the heroes in a path, heroes, what are abandoned in the heroes path and so forth.
Any questions? Yes, Jennifer.
So you talked about the paths in terms of the tenets and then in terms of practice. So if you were a being who had renunciation, true renunciation, entered the path of accumulation, and you wouldn't necessarily, and you don't have bodhicitta, you wouldn't necessarily be a hearer though, right? If we're talking about in terms of practice, not in terms of the tenet. So let's say that, but you practiced according to like a hearer's liberation. So you took as your main object of meditation the selflessness of persons. So
And so the practitioner, if he thinks like, oh, I must achieve liberation, I must free myself from samsara, and then I will enter into the Mahayana, enter into the Hinayana path, so either hearers or solitary religious path.
But that lineage is not definite. Like, I'm just trying to understand when the lineage is actually definite, that you are going to be a hearer that starts in the path of accumulation and goes all the way through to the path of no more learning and becomes a foe destroyer.
년도 처럼에 인지민지다 년도 처럼 가서 년도 밀로람 맡아보던 땐 다라 년도 람라 네개 봐야 말았어.
요마. 근데 봐야 라자라 슈쇼 그랬고.
Yeah, there's no definite. So you can you can skip from there and enter in from any part of the hero's path. You can enter into the solitary others or the Mahayana path.
다 나질 배는 년도 돌아 돌태고 그래야 태와치면 기우신이라네야 년도 다치면 마도지.
Yeah, so you can end 인지민 솔람 고 말아요. 솔람라 슈.
Yeah, 솔람라 슈.
Yeah, so from any of the hero's path, like the path of accumulation or path of preparation or path of seeing of the hero's vehicle, when you meet with the Mahayana teacher and then you receive Mahayana teacher and then you want to follow that and then you enter into the Mahayana path. You can do that also.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. 다 저는 가서 드마트 상이다스.
Okay, so now we're going to stop here and we're going to do some Tara prayers, okay?
아니 다 가서 지도 드마트 할 때가 무슨 그 배 첨보, 니바 첨보. 아니 근데 이거 말아.
And so the practice of the Tara is very beneficial and very powerful.
제단에 단다다 소소게 다 소소 나올 때도 그 단다 디스트럽팅 했습니다. 아니 소소 다 전도 지도면 와 톱용거나 담보 소소 변다 다 가지 동반이데 결송호삼 아니 동바 디행 안에 아니 소소 지도 막 깔모 야마나 아니 장고들이 결송호삼 검고 그래서.
And now, since you're by yourself at home and nobody there to disturb you, maybe it will be easier to do the meditation. So if you have received an initiation, then you can generate yourself as the Aryatara, either whatever form of Aryatara, that initiation that you receive, then you can generate in that form.
아니 되게 처음에 나는 소소 운동 디테일 아니 지도 막 되게 겁나 되게 그래서.
And if you have not received initiation, then you can visualize Aryatara in the space in front of you.
아니 다 나지겠다 소소 내가 좀 찍지 보면 봐지 좀 동다트라만 보여 삼고 그래서.
And then not only one Tara, but there's like the thousands and the 100,000 Taras around the Tara.
다 나지겠다 간주 꼬라꼬라 치네 다 잠벨리게 심지 참아 요 삼스.
And like that, oneself is also surrounded by all the sentient beings, all the human beings of this world and all the sentient beings around them.
아니 당아도 엄따리다 그래서 대가도 사발라 때네 대가도 사발 때네 아니 소소산에 배 거예요 거 대고도 봐 심지 참아라 참네 심지 참이겠다 너든 접송 삼 아니 지금 제 같이 쇼송 삼 되게 삼나다 드니라고 삼는 게 그래.
And then as you recite the Om Tara Tuta Ture Soha, then imagine the light emanating, through the power of the recitation, the light emanating from the mantra, sixth syllable and the mantra garland at your heart, and then that pervades towards all sentient beings, and then that fulfills all their wishes. Those who wants to be happy, they're happy. Those who wants to be free from suffering are free from suffering. Those who wants to be free from disease are free from disease, like that. So whatever the wish they have is all fulfilled.
다나지가 아니 비게 소소단 뒤제고만 소소단은 마야 아니 뜻 마시옵네요. 심지 참바나 포송 삼 들으시고 그래.
And then if you have visualized in the space in front of you, Aryatara, then imagine same thing like that. So then from the heart of the Aryatara, from the sixth syllable at the heart of the Aryatara, then the light emanate from there, and then that pervades on oneself and all sentient beings, and that purifies all the negativities and eliminates all the sufferings and fulfill all the wishes like that.
Okay. 코알레도 다레마 다레
지게 뚜레 나오고
도마야라 샹타로 옴타레 투다레 트레서 옴타레 트레서 아니 소소가 다 두서 뭐가 나봐도 봐 반대 삼제 참여가 지금 랭은 뜻적 쟁에 발치에 단대게 나타 참아 매와 쇼송 삼에 가와곰 거 그랬어.
And also from the light emanated from oneself as a Tara or from the front generation, and that eliminates all the sufferings, all the diseases, all the sickness, including the pandemic that at the present time are all completely eliminated, and rejoice or feel happy thinking like that.
아니 단다 지금 맨도 봐라 매 센도 봐라 세컨도 봐라 그 소소 강도 그냥 접속 삼도.
And whatever their wishes, they achieve. Those who wish, to have medicine, achieve medicine. Those who wish to have clothes, achieve clothes. For those who wish to have food, who achieve food.
다는 지금 소소가 안에 되게 들서 많이 좀 소소가 치매에 있어서 톡송 삼 거고 그래.
And then also oneself, the nectar, flowing down from the front generation, or within oneself, bubbling up, and then one achieve, the nectar of the immortality.
예. 어도 지는 검 아니 남주대도 검 때에 잡다 아니 배도 그래.
So like that, so if you can meditate like that on a usual basis, and then it will be a little bit beneficial.
오케이, 되네. 다 전도단다 마음 도마된 삼치기 가래지는 주. 아니 나 판도네 고치도 마시나. 아니 내다나요. 배워서 지대 고치고 그래.
And so now you can finish up with your practice. The prayers. And Geshe has to leave and start the session with the Tibetans.
Okay. Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Night.
night.
Thank you,
Good night,
Geshe.
Geshe. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys finish the prayer, okay?
Okay.
Okay.